चैतन्य चरितामृत, अंत्यलीला, sixth chapter, 220. महाप्रभुर जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद, जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। Today is the very auspicious occasion of the disappearance of Raghunath Das Goswami, disappearance of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and the disappearance of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So taking this opportunity, we read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antyalila, Chapter 6, text 220. Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganera Vairagya Pradana Yahadeki Pritihana Gaura Bhagavan Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganer Vairagya Pradhan Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganer Vairagya Pradhan Yahan deki Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan यहाँ देखी प्रीतहना गौर भगवान महाप्रभुर भक्त गणेर वैराग्य प्रदान यहाँ देखी प्रीतहना गौर भगवान महाप्रभुर भक्त गणेर वैराग्य प्रदान यहाँ देखी प्रीतहन गौर भगवान महाप्रभुर भक्त गणेर वैराग्य प्रदान यहाँ देखी पृतहन गौर भगवान महाप्रभुर भक्त गणेर वैराग्य प्रदान महाप्रभुर भक्त गणेर वैराग्य प्रदान Devaki Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganera Vairagya Pradhana Mahadeki Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganera Vairagya Pradhana Yahan Deki Pritahana Gaura Mataji's Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganer Vairagya Pradhana Yahan Deki Pritahana Gaura Bhagavan. Word meaning Mahaprabhura of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Bhakta Ganera of the devotees Vairagya renunciation Pradhana the basic principle Yaha Deki seeing this Pritahana become satisfied Gaura Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Renunciation is the basic principle sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. Seeing this renunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is extremely satisfied. Purport by His Divine Grace. Anyone, whether an ordinary materialistic person or a pure devotee, can understand the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees if he studies it minutely. One will thus find that the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not at all attached to any kind of material enjoyment. They have completely given up sense enjoyment to engage fully in the service of Lord Sri Krishna and dedicate their lives and souls to serving Krishna without material desires. Because their devotional service is free from material desires, it is unimpeded by material circumstances. Although ordinary men have great difficulty understanding this attitude of the devotees, it is greatly appreciated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gananjanasalakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pastacha Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It is stated in this verse how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pleased with the renunciation of the devotees. And that is the basic principles sustaining the lives. Sustaining life means that is very important element. Oxygen is, sustaining our life. Without oxygen you can't live. Renunciation is sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. So today is the very auspicious occasion of the disappearances of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, who is an emblem of renunciation. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. All of them are renounced, but amongst the renounced also there is some little gradation. Raghunath Das Goswami was son of Govardhan Muzumdar, very rich person. As a small boy, he received the association of Haridas Thakur, Raghunath Das Goswami. And at the age of 15, Raghunath Das Goswami visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. And he wanted to surrender. He wanted to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you go back. And don't be a so-called renunciant. Even at the age of 15, he wanted to be renounced. He said, no, don't, time is not up, you go back. Don't be a so-called renunciant. Go back home and continue your life. So Raghunath Das Goswami came back home and he continued like an ordinary pound shilling man. Rupiah and paisa. Ordinary business, Muzumdar, Zamindar, they used to have a large tract of land where they collect the taxes for the king and send it, keep some portion and send it. So big business. So there was a Muslim tax collector, and the Muslim tax collector was removed by the king, and then Govardhan Muzumdar and his brother Hiranya Muzumdar, they were appointed. Okay, you do that. Because of which that Muslim tax collector was very upset. And he was trying to find some means and ways to give trouble. He figured out that Raghunath Das Goswami's uncle, Hiranya Muzumdar, he was collecting 20 lakh coins. 20 lakh. And he is supposed to deliver 15 lakh coins to the government. Instead, he was giving only 12 lakh coins. 3 lakh gold coin is a big thing. 3 lakh coins he was not giving. So he somehow or other figured out this and he reported to the Turk who was in charge of that area for tax collection. So then from the government, they sent people to arrest Govardhan Muzumdar and Hiranya Muzumdar, father and uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami. Hiranya Muzumdar, he understood that there is something coming. They left, they were hiding. And Raghunath Das Goswami was sitting in the home and they arrested him. Where is your father? Where is your uncle? I don't know. You are under arrest. So they put him, and every day the Muslim god, he was threatening him. I will beat you. Where is your father? Tell. We want the money. But even though he was telling that he will beat, when he saw the very innocent face of Raghunath Das Goswami, he won't beat actually. Oh, he's so innocent looking. They took the money, what this fellow will do, but still, you have to be under arrest so that they will come. So in this way, as the time passed by, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was very intelligent. He said to the Muslim Chaudhry, see, you and my father and uncle, you are all of the same age, and sometimes you fight, sometimes you come together, and what I can do? You are like my father. Where else I have the shelter? And why you are doing like this? So, when the Muslim Chaudhry heard that you are like my father, he became very soft. Yeah, what can I do? You do one thing. I will release you. But then you should go and find out your father and your uncle. Bring them. We'll have a deal. I am now jobless and you people are earning. So, हमको भी थोड़ा मिलना चाहिए. You also leave. Let me also leave. जियो जीने दो. ठीक है. श्री श्री राधा रास विहारी जी की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami was released, and he then figured out where his uncle is. He said that, what is this? Let us make a deal. Otherwise, what is the problem? So they came back, they met with the Muslim Chaudhry, and then they made a deal. ठीक है भाई, for you also there is going to be some share. चुप रहो. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami made the settlement, and then he continued his life. Even though Raghunath Das Goswami was engaged in the business, pound shilling, he was always thinking when he can join with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So once he heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come nearby, he wanted to actually leave home and then join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So his father, Govardhan Muzumdar, kept some guards so that whenever Raghunath Das Goswami tries to run away, they will catch hold of him and bring him back. And this, it is said, has become a routine. Every time he may want to go, they will catch him and bring him back. Raghunath Das Goswami's mother told his father, Govardhan Muzumdar, maybe we should tie him with a rope, This fellow is running every day, tie him with a rope. Govardhan Muzumdar said, what a physical rope can do, actually. We have got so much wealth, money. It is said that he had wealth as good as the wealth of Indra. Very rich it must be. Earthly Indra. Real Indra is in the heavenly planet. And he is married to a very beautiful young girl. If money and woman cannot tie this person, what a rope can tie? These are two important, attractive objects which actually keeps the living entity in the bound and the entangled condition life after life. Attraction by money, attraction by women. If these two things are already with him and he is not staying, then what rope can do? He is intelligent. In this way, the time passed by, and once in the Panihati Gram, Nityananda Prabhu came. Nityananda Prabhu was visiting Panihati with his all associates. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he came to know Nityananda Prabhu is visiting. So he went to have his audience, take his blessings. So from so there are so many under a banyan tree on the banks of Ganges. Nityananda Prabhu was sitting on a raised platform, and all the associates were sitting. And from a distance, Raghunath Das Goswami paid his obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu. And some devotee informed, oh, Raghunath has come. Raghunath has come. So Nityananda, bring him here. Bring him here. So they brought him in front of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda said, you are a thief. I have to give some punishment to you. Yes, sir. What can I do? We have all come here, but I want you to make an arrangement for a festival, and you feed all my associates and me chida dahi, chipped rice soaked in dahi, and also chipped rice soaked in milk, condensed milk. So you feed all of us. That is the punishment for you. Thank you very much. Anyway, by the way, he's a rich man's son. So he said, yes. Went to the village, and the village purchased big pots, all wholesale purchase. If you go to a shop, he will ask how much is 1 dozen of banana. And he said, in your whole shop, what is the cost of the product you have? Because you have to feed so many devotees. Raghunath Das Goswami purchased dahi, big pot full of dahi, chipped rice, and banana, and gur, all the items, and they started making chipped rice. And after the preparation was made, then each devotee was given 2 pots. One pot with, chipped rice, that is chida dahi, what is soaked in dahi, another one with what is soaked in condensed milk, 2 pots. It is said that there are so many devotees on the banks, there was no space for everybody to be accommodated. Somebody was standing in the water, river water, and holding 2 pots like this. Everybody was handed over, 2 pots. And suddenly, Nityananda Prabhu got up, and then he started walking, seeing that, supervising how everybody got the prasad. And in the meantime, by his meditation, he brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also to this festival, which only a very fortunate devotees could see. All devotees there were very fortunate. This is among the fortunate, there is something super fortunate. Only few can see. So Nityananda Prabhu would take some little prasad from the cup, and then he will go like this, and prasad disappears. Kya kar rahe? Actually, he was feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was taking the prasad. So it is disappearing, he is eating there. And also something is coming from the sky, and Nityananda Prabhu is chewing. He is feeding somewhere, and something is chewing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking some prasad and feeding to Nityananda Prabhu. And they were walking and enjoying the entire festival of Chidadahi. And so much prasad was distributed, when the people heard from nearby, they also came. Then Raghunath Das has to go again bring so many shopkeepers, they also rushed. And they came and they sold all their products, and then they got the prasad also. Prepared prasad for them also, you also eat prasad. So in this way, when the festival was going, Raghava Pandit, one of the wonderful devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came and he said that I already prepared so many items, and you are here and enjoying on the banks. Come home and take lunch. Nityananda said, no. I belong to covered community. I like to do picnics, especially on the banks of the river. We are used to that. So now I am doing this picnic. Evening I will come and take prasad in your house. He said, you also take 2 cups now. So in this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes how Lord Krishna and Balaram, they go to various places of picnic. Every day is a picnic for them actually. And then in the forest, they sit together and eat Vanabhojan. Like that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu were enjoying the festival of Chidadahi, arranged by Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami was blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in the evening he also got prasad. What is the remnants left by Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? In the evening they went to the house of Raghava Pandit. They had a huge kirtan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing. Nityananda Prabhu was dancing. All the devotees were dancing. And after that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu took prasad in the house of Raghava Pandit. And some devotees said, okay, let Raghunath also sit. They said, no, let him wait. Raghava Pandit said, let him wait. And after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu finished, so Raghav Pandit delivered the personal remnants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu to Raghunath Das Goswami. And he said, very soon he will be free from the material bondage. You have taken the prasad of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Through Nityananda Prabhu, you will soon be. So next day morning again, Nityananda Prabhu was sitting on the same place. So Raghunath Das Goswami came and asked for blessings. He said, yes, you come here. So Nityananda Prabhu kept his lotus feet on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami. Now you will get the full shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is stated that, the previous day, Nityananda Prabhu said, hey, you are a thief. Meaning, if somebody tries to achieve the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without going through Nityananda Prabhu, he is a thief. Bypass. There is no bypass. You have to go to normal route. No bypass. So unless Nityananda Prabhu gives the blessings, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't accept that devotee actually. So here, Raghunath Das Goswami is the example where he was actually trying to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he was not getting an opportunity. Whereas when he surrendered to Nityananda Prabhu, served Nityananda Prabhu, by the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu, then later he is going to get the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu was very happy with Raghunath Das Goswami, and he blessed him. And taking the blessings, Raghunath Das Goswami went back home, and he was continuing. He was continuing with his regular services. And one day night, when Raghunath Das Goswami, so after Chidadagi festival, when he went home, he was not staying inside the house. He was staying in the Durga Mandap, outside, courtyard only. He was sleeping outside. He was not staying with his, wife. Already he started developing the detachment. So one of the night, his guru came to see him, saying that the Brahmana who was serving in the temple, he actually left. So he asked Raghunath to convince him to stay back. And Raghunath Das, it was around midnight. So Raghunath Das Goswami took that opportunity and he left the house. So he was not going through the regular road, he was going through the forest. Interior forest he was going, so that his father, in the morning when he found out Raghunath already left, again he sent people, chalo, go and find out. And this time they couldn't find him out. He was traveling through the forest. And that is the time Sivananda Sen was coming from Navadip to Puri for the Ratha Yatra festival. So the servants of Govardhan Muzumdar, they went and said, did Raghunath come here? No, Raghunath didn't come here. Oh, what happened? He was not joining the party because he would be recognized. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami would travel in the forest. Sometimes he will eat, sometimes he won't get anything to eat, he won't eat also. Some small village, he will stay in the cow shed. For a zamindar's son to stay in the cow shed, austerity. He would stay like that. The coward man will see that this person is so hungry and he is sleeping like that. They will give some milk, he will take the milk. Otherwise, then he will start walking. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami came to Jagannath Puri. So in Jagannath Puri, when he arrived, he was informed. Raghunath Das Goswami arrival was informed to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu this time, he welcomed him and he said, okay, you be along with Swarup Damodar Goswami. Swarup Damodar Goswami, you serve through him. So Raghunath, there are three Raghunaths actually. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami also you are going to discuss. There is another Raghunath, this is Raghunath Das. He is known as Swarupera Raghu. He is the Swarup Damodar's Raghu. Servant of Swarup Damodar. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, knowing that Raghunath Das has come long way and he has not taken food, they were giving him sumptuous prasad, Jagannath prasad. Then he was taking Jagannath prasad. And he was taking this for 5 days. 5 days he took nice prasad. And 6th day he said, what is this, I should not depend, like this. Then he would go and stay in front of Simhadwar. And in the Simhadwar night, Jagannath servants, after serving Jagannath, they will go home. When somebody is standing there, a Vaishnava, and asking for some alms, they will arrange to the shopkeeper, chalo, inko ye prasad de dena. They will give. So he was, like that he was taking prasad in the Simhadwar. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, hey, where is Raghunath? He is not taking prasad. No, he is begging alms there in the Simhadwar. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, the Vairagya, the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami is so much that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, very nice. Yeah, let him do that. That is good for him. So this verse is in connection to the Vairagya of Raghunath Das Goswami. Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganer Vairagya Pradhan. Yeah, all devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they actually manifest the quality of Vairagya. Renunciation is there. They are not attached to material things. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees that Vairagya, he becomes happy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, yes, good, let him continue. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami continued taking alms at the Singhadwar, and it went on for some days. After some time, he thought that I am standing here and I am waiting and seeing that, this Panda is coming, whether he will give or not. He is not giving. This one gave yesterday, maybe he will give today, he is not giving. Who will give, who will not give? Every time I am thinking, not good. He thought that it is like a prostitute. Prostitute is waiting and seeing who will come to her like that. It is no. He stopped from there. And then he used to go to free prasadam served. Very simple free prasadam, maybe kichdi prasadam. And whatever was available, he will take. If it is not available, he will fast. The news reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very good. Advancement. After some time, he thought also this, what is this? I am just, going like this. Then, what he would do, he would go to the place where Jagannath Prasad was not sold, but rotten. You keep it for some time, it gets rotten, then you dispose it so that cows can eat. Sometimes in villages, nothing goes waste, no? If people don't take it, they feed it to cow, they feed it to dog, they feed it to some animals. Like that, there is an area, Jagannath Prasad is disposed, where cows can come and eat. But there are some quantity of Jagannath rice Prasad, even cows won't eat. It nahi hai, theek nahi hai. Means very, decomposed. Prasad. So, what is not even accepted by cows, he will go and collect that. And collect it and he will bring it. Outside is actually decomposed. He will wash that rice. So, outside thing when it is gone, the inside one is not that decomposed. Then he will take that. You take. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Raghunath is eating like that. He said, yeah, I want to go and see. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Raghunath, what are you doing? You are hiding something from us and nicely enjoying here. Give me, I also want to taste what is that you are tasting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took one morsel of it and put it in his mouth. So nectarian, you are enjoying alone? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again wanted to take one more morsel. Sarup Damodar said, no, Mahaprabhu, this is not for you. Give it to him. Let him have it. You come. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not only approved Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation, he also set an example for others. See this, Vairagya that Raghunath is practicing. It's very difficult for any ordinary person to practice. No imitations actually. It has to actually come from within. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami performed a very, high level of renunciation. Not very easy for anybody to do that. So Raghunath Das Goswami was blessed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by giving him, he gave him, very happy with him, he gave one Govardhan Shila, which he got as a gift from a devotee, and then a conch shell mala, a mala made of conch shell, and he gave him. And he said, you keep these two things. So, it was indicated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you take shelter of Govardhan and Radha Kund. Conch shell, indicating Srimati Radharani wearing the conch shell mala, and on the foothill of Govardhan hill. So, with that blessing, Raghunath Das Goswami came to Braj and he took shelter at the foothill of Govardhan on the banks of Sri Radha Kund. So Raghunath Das Goswami, when he came to the Radha Kund, it was not the way we see now. It was just without any, that ghat and things like that. So he would constantly chant the holy names. He would constantly chant the holy names. And he was not having any hut or anything like that. Under a tree, he would constantly chant the holy name. And he was so absorbed in chanting the holy names, he won't even know what is happening around. And in fact, sometimes the tigers used to come and drink water from Radha Kund. We don't find tigers now, 500 years back. And when devotees saw that, hey, what is this? And he is not affected, he is chanting Hare Krishna. Tiger is not also worried, he is drinking water and going. Sanatana Goswami observed this. Sometimes during the day also, he won't even feel the heat of the sun, he will keep chanting Hare Krishna. And then, Srimati Radharani person will come and hold her, veil, pallu, like a canopy kind of thing. And when tigers would come and drink water next to Raghunath Das Goswami, Krishna will come and stand with a stick. Kuch gadbad karega to mera laat hai. And Krishna and Radharani, they were personally making sure that everything is going all right. Sanatana Goswami say, Raghunath, come here. We are supposed to serve Radha and Krishna, and you are taking their service? What is the problem with you? Make a hut and be inside so the tiger aayagati problem, they will not disturb you. And you'll have some shelter. So get an hut. Yes, sir. Sanatana Goswami, senior Vaishnava, is telling. So until Sanatana Goswami told him, he was just living under a tree actually, no hut also. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami engaged in bhajan on the banks of Radha Kund. And the devotees used to come because Raghunath Das Goswami was under Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was the intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, personal secretary. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, he knew everything. And Swarup Damodar Goswami informed all these things to Raghunath Das. The devotees used to come and please explain about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. So he used to speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime every day 3 hours. 3 hours he would speak on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And in this way, he would chant 64 rounds, minimum 64 rounds, minimum. And worshipping Govardhan Sila. And he would pay 1,000 obeisances to Lord Krishna. And he would pay 2,000 obeisances to Vaishnavas. more obeisances to Vaishnavas. And he would embrace them. And he would actually take rest for 1.5 hours only. All these great devotees, if you see, only the sleeping time is a few hours only, 1.5 hours only. And he would take only 1 cup of buttermilk a day. A day. So with this, Raghunath Das Goswami was performing bhajan, and it is stated that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, Raghunath Das Goswami started eating cooked prasad. He was only eating fruits and milk after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. After Sanatana Goswami left, he was taking only buttermilk, 1 cup of buttermilk. And when Rupa Goswami left, he stopped eating. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami performed the highest standard of renunciation and Krishna bhajan on the banks of Radhakund. So he has written several books. One of that is Stavali, which includes Manashiksha, Siksha to the mind, which is very, very important. And it is identified that Raghunath Das Goswami is Rati Manjari, one of the Manjaris, Rati Manjaris in Krishna's Braj pastime. And Raghunath Das Goswami's Samadhi is on the banks of Radhakund. He was living on Radhakund and his Samadhi is there. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami ki. Yeah. So Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was son of Tapan Mishra. Tapan Mishra used to stay in Banaras. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Banaras, he stayed in the house of Tapan Mishra. And so as a small boy, Raghunath Bhatta used to actually serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he used to massage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. So in this way, he got the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Raghunath Bhatta was expert in cooking. He used to prepare very nice preparations. And he was expert in reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. It is stated that Raghunath Das Goswami would recite every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam in 3 melodies. 3 melodies, and very sweet. He was expert in doing that. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to eat the preparations made by Raghunath Bhatta, and he was very pleased. And Raghunath Bhatta came from Banaras and he stayed for 8 months in Jagannath Puri along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him to go back to Banaras, take care of your parents. Don't get married. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically told Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, don't get married. Serve your parents. So in this way, Raghunath Bhatta went back to Banaras and he was serving his parents. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed him with giving some betel nuts that is offered to Lord Jagannath betel nut, and also Tulsi garland, 21 feet long. Lord Jagannath wears a very long Tulsi garland. So Raghunath Bhatta Goswami will keep this. He will keep this And every day he will embrace the garland and take some tulsi leaves like that and do his bhajan. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, he would never criticize any Vaishnava. Even if somebody comes and tells him this is the fault, that is the fault, he will say that that's okay. He is serving the Supreme Lord, that's what matters to me. That is what matters to me. So in that way, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami would always be very careful in avoiding any kind of Vaishnava aparadha. So when his parents departed in Banaras, he became very detached and under the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Braj and took shelter of Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami. So in Braj, he would recite Bhagavatam verses for Rupa Goswami. As he was the expert, so he would recite in 3 tunes every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, and it was very pleasing to all the devotees. And one time, a disciple of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, he came and asked for service. He told that you build a temple for Radha Govind. So Radha Govind temple was constructed by a disciple of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So in this way, he was rendering the service for Shri Radha Govind. And Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's Samadhi is also in Radhakund. All of the three, they have associated with Radhakund. Today's Acharyas who have disappeared today. And Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is actually Raga Manjari in Braj Leela. Raga Manjari. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami ki. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was born near Katwa, a place known as Jamatpur. Jamatpur near Katwa. And once to his house, there was a great devotee of Nityananda, Meenaketan Ramadas. So he was always in ecstasy. When he used to chant the names of Gauranga and Nityananda, he would go into ecstasy and he would cry and the hairs will stand on end and things like that. So when he came to the house, there was a priest in the house of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami named Gunarnava Mishra. He didn't appreciate. He was very offensive. Not only to Meenaketan Ramadas, he was offensive to Nityananda Prabhu also. And Ramadas became very upset, Meenaketan Ramadas. And he broke his flute and he left the place. Because of that offense, the Gunarnava Mishra has to fall down. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very, very unhappy. And Lord Nityananda came in the dream of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and he told that now you leave the place, leave the house, go to Vrindavan. So in this way, under the order of Nityananda Prabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came to Braj and he took shelter of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami. And he was given the title Kaviraj by Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami, when he saw that Krishnadas was a great poet, he called him, you are a Kaviraj. Kavi means poet and Raj means king, king of poets. So, at the time, there were several biographies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already written. Murari Gupta wrote what is known as Sri Chaitanya Charita. Murari Gupta wrote. And Lochandas Thakur wrote Chaitanya Mangal. And Vrindavan Das Thakur, he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. So like that already the life story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is already written. But there was one thing that was missing, was the later pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The pastimes in Jagannath Puri, the pastimes in Gambhir, in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited Vipralamba Bhav. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, during the day, he would be chanting and dancing and feasting. But when he was in seclusion in Gambhir, it was only Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai would be there assisting. And at the time he would be exhibiting very intimate pastimes. That was not known to outside people actually. General public will know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dances. But the Vipralamba Bhav he is exhibiting in the middle of the night, nobody knows. Swarup Damodar Goswami knows. That was not written by all these authors, Vrindavan Das Thakur, Lochan Das Thakur, Murari Gupta, not written. So, because they didn't have access. Swarup Damodar Goswami in his diary, he has written all these intimate pastimes, which was passed on to Raghunath Das Goswami. Because Swarupera Raghu. This Raghunath Das was Swarupera Raghu. He is a Swarup Damodar's Raghu. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami being the disciple of Parampara, disciple of Raghunath Das Goswami, he had the access. Raghunath Das Goswami gave him, instructed him, he narrated him all these intimate pastimes. So all the devotees in Braj, they said these latter pastimes are very important, actually, especially for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Vipralamba Bhav is the highest in the intimate relation between Lord Krishna and the gopis, Madhurya Leela. In the Madhurya, Vipralamba Bhav is very ultimate. And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us. So, we should have access to that. So, all the devotees, they requested Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to write also about this. At the time, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was very old. Very old. And he said, I am an old man. I am not also able to, my body is not fully under my command. What I am going to write, but still I don't know how I am writing. He was writing. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami went in front of Madan Mohan, Sri Madan Mohan, and he prayed. They are asking me to write what I should do. And from the deity, a garland fell down. And that Pujari said, you are praying, garland has come, it is for you. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami took it as the blessings from the Lord, sanction from the Lord to continue. So in this way, Raghunath Das Goswami wrote this wonderful book, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are having so there are so many histories of Mahaprabhu written, but Srila Prabhupada chose to translate Chaitanya Charitamrita because this is something most important. Other things you can always gather anywhere, but this is not going to be easy, and it has to be explained in the proper way also, purport, with Bhaktivedanta purpose. So Srila Prabhupada chose this Chaitanya Charitamrita and gave us this wonderful gift of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Narottam Das Thakur has written a verse stating that Krishnadas Kaviraj has written Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is the king of all the poets, Kaviraj. Very expert in composing. And is writing, as in Govinda Lilamrit and Chaitanya Charitamrita, it can actually make the stone to melt. Stone, it's not easy to melt, right? Even in the hot sun, it doesn't melt. Heavy rain doesn't melt. It doesn't melt so easily, right? Even if the earthquake comes, it only breaks, it doesn't melt. So, Kaviraj, his description of Gauranga's pastimes and Govinda's pastime are so potent and so, filled with such a devotion that even a stone can melt. And Narottam Das Thakur says, my heart doesn't melt actually. Not his heart, our hearts. Meaning, if somebody doesn't get, little emotion, Doesn't heart actually becomes hardened. Heart becomes hardened by means of the friends of mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are all qualities actually make the heart actually harden. Hardening process. There is a hardening process, In, in engineering, you take a metal, you heat it, immediately put it in water and cool it, it becomes little harder. Hardening. Metallurgy. You again heat it, cool it fast, harden. Very hard it becomes, harden. So these friends of mind make the heart harder and harder and harder actually. And devotional practice is supposed to make the softer and softer and softer. Komal. Komal is very soft. Very soft. And that, when the heart becomes soft only, it can feel emotions. Otherwise no emotions actually. Hard-hearted person. Sometimes say hard-hearted. You don't have any feeling, indifferent to anything. Hard-hearted. Hardened heart. Narottam Das Thakur says, Krishnadas Kaviraj's poems can soften the heart. Even the hard heart can be softened. Stone can melt, what to speak of hard heart. So that is the level of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's description of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna. So in this way, we have Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, translated by Srila Prabhupada. We have access, otherwise we won't even have access. So in this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is another Manjari known as Kasturi Manjari in the Braj Leela. And in these three Goswamis, one thing we see that Vairagya, that is what we have read in today. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya composed 2 verses, in which one of the verses, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, Vairagya Vidya Nijabhakti Yoga. Vairagya Vidya Nijabhakti Yoga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us Vairagya, and which is the real devotional service. Devotional service with renunciation. Detachment from material things. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw that, he said, very nice. Very nicely written. So in this way, the Goswamis are actually teaching us how to be detached from the material entanglements. Different devotees have different ways of treating, but bottom line is detachment. Srila Rupa Goswami has clearly put how Vairagya and then Nijabhakti Yoga can go together. Says, Anashaktasya Vishayan Yatarham Upayunjataha Nirbande Krishna Sambande Yukta Vairagya Uchyate Prapancha Kadaya Buddhi Arisambandi Vastunaha Mumukshibi Pratyago Vairagyam Falgu Katyate. So Rupa Goswami is explaining about 2 kinds of Vairagya. Real renunciation and false renunciation. Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. Any object that can be used in service of Krishna, that should be used. And that, using it for Krishna, not to be attached with the facility, Yukta Vairagya. One can see Nirbande, Krishna Sambandha, yeah, it can be used in service of Krishna. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is already renounced. He built a temple. Building a temple means requires money. Radha Govinda temple. He told his disciple to make, but he is not attached. On the other hand, Prapancha Kadaya Buddhi, but then there is something which can be used in service of Krishna. One says, no, I don't want to be entangled. And he loses the opportunity for engagement in service of Krishna. Falgu Vairagya. False renunciation. So, renunciation has to be there, but it has to be applied properly in our devotional service. And the Goswamis have taught that, but it is very difficult to understand. And Srila Prabhupada so mercifully has taught the same thing for the 20th century context and further. 1960s. So Srila Prabhupada also built around the world so many temples, but he was not attached to any one of them. Srila Prabhupada, somebody will give a very nice watch, very expensive watch. He will wear it. Another day, somebody else may come and give watch. He will take that watch and give this watch to him. He will say, "Oh, no, this is nice. This is my watch, not my watch. It is there with me for some time." And give it to another person. Prabhupada also, Vairagya we are talking about. How much Vairagya Prabhupada was also performing in Vrindavan. How he was staying with a meager facility, and then he has to go to Delhi and purchase the paper and print it and distribute it in the hot sun. Then sunstroke you have to get. Go in the train from Mathura to Delhi and come back. You can see how much has to. This is Vairagya actually. And then you can see Krishna also then made arrangement that any temple, Prabhupada had his own quarters. But he was not attached to any one of them. Vairagya Vidya Nidabhakti Yogam. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada has given us all this wonderful opportunity is only for preaching. That is Krishna Sambandha. If that Krishna Sambandha is there, our Sambandha is only established, that will be a source of entanglement. Source of entanglement. So, this is the very wonderful occasion of 125th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada. 125th birth anniversary of Prabhupada. So we remember how Srila Prabhupada has given this wonderful gift of Krishna consciousness. The wonderful gift of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. It contains everything required for a person to be engaged in Krishna consciousness and go back home, back to Godhead, and engage in the Leela of Lord Krishna, serving intimately alongside Manjaris, Gopis. Everything is there. If somebody doesn't figure it out, then he has to open his eyes. Actually, maybe closing the eyes, what you can see. You have to open the eyes. Jnananjana. So, Srila Prabhupada has given, because Narottam Das Thakur says, Krishnadas Kaviraj's words can melt a rock. That means we are not even able to appreciate that our heart is harder than the rock. So we have to work on how to make it soft. Softening process. Water becomes hard, there is a softener. Like the heart becomes hard, softening process. Get rid of the fronts of the mind. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Andar घुसा के रखेगा तो कभी नहीं soft होगा. It will become more harder only. So Srila Prabhupada has given this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness by practicing, following his footsteps, spreading the message of Lord Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu around the world, externally doing so many wonderful services, internally one has to work on the process of softening the heart, which actually bring us to the platform of getting the mercy of the Goswamis, especially today is the most auspicious occasion of disappearance. All the three of them disappeared. Raghunath Das Goswami, Guru of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. So we pray on this auspicious occasion at the lotus feet of these wonderful great acharyas, associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for us to be engaged properly in their mood so that we can make progress in Krishna consciousness and achieve the ultimate perfection of getting Krishna Prem. We'll stop here. Any question or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for such a nice class. Prabhuji, I want to ask you one thing that you told about Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami and Kaviraj Goswami. All these three devotees, these are very great devotees and are the manjiris of Lord Krishna. So obviously they are Yukta Vairagya because they are extremely great devotees. But I want to ask about in today's society, Like why it is so that some people are extremely attached to material desires, some are less attached, and some are very good, means they are easily attracted towards the what you call bhakti and all. Even small children, we can say. Some people are means very bad, some people are good, and some people are pious. So why means this is the what's the reason behind that?
There is a variety. It's not that everybody, you are, that is the way of life. Every one of us are in different stages of our own, closeness to Krishna. Some are attached, some are not attached. Yes, what's the problem? Is there any problem in having variety?
No. But it's not good to be like extremely materially attachment.
Yeah, it is not good. It is so that the devotees have some job to do.
No, why such a difference is there? That's bad.
Because in the unlimited number of living entity, different people are on different level of consciousness, different level of attraction to the material objects, and some are in the lower species also. So depending upon where how much we have come forward, accordingly our consciousness is also there. So unless somebody comes in touch with a devotee, comes in touch with spiritual process, so he gets an opportunity to practice and he improves it. So it is not unnatural to see that somebody is attached, but because of we staying in the material world for millions and trillions of lifetime, and we are so attached to so many different kinds of sense attractions, those things are now still there with us. We have acquired these qualities over a period of millions and millions of lifetimes. And the whole process is how to purify it. So unless you come to the process of Krishna consciousness, there is no way to purify it. So this is actually because of our attachment to so many sense objects in the past lifetimes. That means they have not come closer to Krishna consciousness. So the devotees take that opportunity to bring them closer to Krishna. They are attached because of the past karma, which is accumulated over a, from the time immemorial, you can say. Is there?
Okay. So is it just luck by chance to come in the contact with devotees?
It is not by chance you have come. It is by some higher arrangement. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. This Bhakti Lata is accidentally not planted. किधर से गिर गया नहीं. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमित है कौन? भाग्यवान. A Bhagyavan gets by the mercy of Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. Krishna's mercy and Guru's mercy, one gets the opportunity to get the seed of devotional service planted. Because whatever good thing, we must have done so many bad things, some good things also. By some opportunity we come in touch with the Krishna. By getting the seed of devotion planted, one should be very, very careful to take care of that plant, devotional creeper. That is very important. Getting planted is not the problem. How to take care of it is the real issue. So if one takes care by guarding it with the fences, not allowing the mad elephant of offenses to enter the garden, and if he can protect the plant and nourish it by chanting the holy names, when all these things are done, then the plant can nicely grow. So it is important to take care of the plant. It is not by accident, it is by higher arrangement.
Yeah. That is only I want to ask. What it makes Bhagyavan? That is only the question.
What kind of Bhagyavan each one of us, we don't know. Each one of us have a past history, Krishna knows. So some Bhagya you have done, that Bhagya has matured as this. How to go forward, we have to work on it. There is no need for us to try to do a research and find out what Bhagya made me to come to Hare Krishna temple. You came here. What Bhagya you need to go back home, back to God is more important actually. That is what we have to work on. थोड़ा भाग्य है, अभी भाग्य को पूर्ण करना कैसा है, ये इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है. श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की, श्री गौरंग महाप्रभु की, कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की, श्री रघुनाथ भट्ट गोस्वामी की, श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।